Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Today I'm going to talk about self-empowerment. Now, self-empowerment means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and a lot of people get it mixed up, okay? When we talk about self-empowerment, what I'm talking about is you having the power to do what you want to do, believe in what you are doing, okay? And not have other people rip you down because of it. When you're self-empowered, you don't need self-validation from anybody. You don't need self-validation from your partner, the person you're dating. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be coworkers, all right? But when we talk about self-empowerment, in order for somebody to be self-empowered, right? You have to know what you're talking about. You have to know what you're doing. In other words, there's a lot of people that are supposedly self-empowered, but they haven't done the research in knowing what, for instance, what they're talking about. People can be self-empowered on a particular topic and not know what they're talking about, okay? So the way you become self-empowered is by knowledge, okay? I always say this, education, knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you empower yourself. And that goes for anything. And when we talk about dating and we talk about relationships, you need to understand human character. You need to understand humans. You need to understand men. Or if it's the other way around and you're a man, you need to understand women or partner to partner, okay? If you don't understand how a particular person operates, you need to do your research. When you're dating somebody, you need to look at them and study that person. A lot of people go into relationships or dating and they go in blind. A lot of people end up confused when they're dating somebody because they're not understanding that sometimes no response is a response. When somebody doesn't reply to you, that's an answer. Not everything is clear cut. People are not going to come to you today and explain to you and say to you something to the effect of, yeah, I really like you, but I don't like you that much, but I'm going to keep you around and I'm going to breadcrumb you, okay? And I'm going to say whatever I'm going to say to you because I'm getting some kind of benefit by having you around. But I'm not going to tell you that, I'm not all into you, and I'm not going to tell you that I don't want a relationship with you, all right? They're not going to tell you. Stop looking for a clear-cut answer. Okay? This happens a lot. We get a lot of people that say, why can't he just tell me he doesn't like me like that? Or if he's not into me, why is he still contacting me? Well, he's still contacting you because you're providing some kind of benefit to him. All right? Now, with everybody, you have to open your level of thinking. People can keep you around, not necessarily because they look at you as the future husband or wife, but because, let's say, they need somebody they need to talk to, okay? Or you're feeding their ego. They know that they could call you and you're always there. It's an ego rush for a lot of people, you guys. So, you have to read between the lines. But when we talk about self-empowerment, all right, I'm going to differentiate between two different things here, all right? We could talk about self-empowerment, all right? And let's say, for instance, the feminist movement and the women's movement to say, you know what? I could do exactly what the men are doing. I could go out there and I could have sex with a lot of different men, and that's my empowerment. I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to do that friends with benefits thing, okay? This is how a lot of people look at it. Now, yes, of course, you could do whatever you want. You are the master of your destiny. But what you have to understand is you have to understand what that means exactly, okay? Because not everybody has your views. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is this. You want to go out, you want to empower yourself, you want to sleep around, you want to just have fun and everything like that. That's what it is. That's what it is. You're going out, you're having fun, okay? But when you put in your mind that that is going to become a relationship, that's where you're in for a rude awakening, because that rarely ever happens, okay? When you go into that friends with benefits with someone, I know, because I know a lot of men that do friends with benefits with women, personal friends of mine that I know that come back and tell me these women that they're doing friends with benefits, they would never have relationships with. Okay? Because in their mind, that is what they are to them, just a friends with benefits. I think you're totally devaluing yourself. It's like you can't get a whole person, so you're settling for half a person. All right? And you're wasting your time with somebody who's basically going to come around, use you for sex, and when they're done with you, they're going to move on to the next one. They're not going to look to have a relationship with you. Very rarely, you guys, very rarely. So if you're going into this whole thing about self-empowerment, well, I'm going to be like these players out there. I'm going to be a player too. You have to understand, you want to be a player too, but don't think that that's going to end up in finding your partner for life. What you're doing is you're putting your life on hold and you're not moving forward. You're out there having fun, okay? And if you're somebody that wants to move forward in your life, you're someone who has a goal in trying to achieve things and finding a future partner to build with, you're wasting your time with that friends with benefits nonsense, okay? Why do you think a lot of the men don't want relationships today? Because there are so many women that have settled or have become emotionally desperate and settled for the friends with benefits. Most of the guys have the upper hand. They have the upper hand today. I don't care what anybody says, because it happens to be the truth. I see it every day, everywhere, okay? I've been in the trenches. I know what it is, okay? So let me just say one thing about empowerment. That is one kind of way of looking at empowerment. You want to be self-empowered sexually, that's fine. That's what it is, a sexual thing. That's all it is, usually 99.9% of the time. So don't go in with the same attitude and say something to the effect of, well, I'm going to be self-empowered and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be like the guys and I'm going to sleep with as many men as I want because, that's what I am. I'm a feminist and I could do that. And if they're doing that, I could do that. Yes, you could do whatever you want if you want to do that, okay? But if you're looking for a relationship, okay, that's not the way to go about it. I'm just going to tell you flat out how it is, all right? If you do find a relationship doing that, that is very, very rare, all right? Now, there's the other way of being self-empowered, okay? The other way of being self-empowered is to say to yourself, okay, this is who I am. I am looking to meet somebody. I am looking to have something with somebody. So I am self-empowered, which means that I have high standards. And it doesn't necessarily have to be high standards. It just means you have certain standards that you won't allow somebody to treat you beneath the way you should be treated. Okay? You have enough self-validation within yourself that if somebody is doing something that is not what they should be doing in order to grow into a healthy relationship, you have the power to say, this is somebody that is going to waste my time. This is somebody who's playing games with me. And this is somebody that I need to delete and block or to put them in the friend zone because they're not going to be serious with me down the road. Okay? You need to know how to, figure out what kind of person you're dealing with, you guys. When you see, I talk about this all the time in the other podcasts, the things you should be looking for, signs of a player. The minute you see people playing games on you and you're looking for a relationship, you got to cut that person loose. That is somebody that will waste your time. Or if you're strong enough, you have to put them in the friend zone and just say, you know what? They're going in the friend zone because this is somebody I can't take seriously. This is somebody that tells me they want something with me, but then they disappear on me here and there, or they're not available, or they're making excuses. So you know what? If their word doesn't mean shit, then they aren't shit. I'm sorry, but that's the way I am. I'm very straightforward. I say it like it is. You were talking about your life. We're talking about not wasting time. We're talking about people that are immature or playing games or trying to manipulate you for their benefit, okay? Now you have to start thinking about what's beneficial to you, okay? You have to start getting a little bit more selfish as to what are your needs? What do you need? And does this person, do you guys complement each other? Do you want the same things? When you move into getting to know somebody, one of the biggest mistakes women make is they move fast. They believe all that love bombing. They believe all that nonsense that some of these guys give them in the beginning and start saying, oh, you're everything that I could imagine. I really see that, I really want something with you, when they've only gone out with you on one date. We had somebody in our group that had that. She put up a post and she showed the texts of going out with some guy after one date, and he wrote this long, lengthy text about how, I haven't found one thing about you that I could say I don't like, and you're everything that I could imagine in a woman. I mean, it was over the top, you guys. When something seems too good to be true, 9 times out of 10 it is. If it comes off a little fake and phony, guess what? Most likely it is fake and phony. But if you want to give that person the benefit of that doubt, okay? And we had other women that commented on the post that said things like, oh, I think that's wonderful. That's the sweetest thing that anybody has ever written. Or, that's the way me and my husband were in the beginning. Oh, he's really fallen for you. First of all, let me just clarify. That was after one date. Now, let's just, play devil's advocate here for a second, okay? Let's give this guy the benefit of the doubt. And maybe he really did like this woman, okay? Let's just say that, all right? What she needs to do is to take her time slowly. She needs to move slowly because a lot of people lie, all right? I'm not saying that he's lying, but people will unmask themselves the longer you get to know them. It's very hard for actors to keep it up, you guys. Eventually, they're going to show you who they are. That's why, and another thing he mentioned in that text he sent her was, I'd really love for you to come over and we could Netflix and chill and I could cook for you. All right. Now, she's only had one date with him and already he's moved it on to, why don't you come over? Why don't you come over? And he's telling her, well, if you don't feel like doing that, that's okay too. I understand. All right. But already, in his mind, he's trying to progress faster. So what she needs to do is she needs to slow it down and say, that's fine. We could date, but we're going to date outside his place or my place for a while, okay, for at least 2 months, and get to know the person. Now, if he's a sincere person about really liking her, he will have no problem with that, okay? But if he is, full of crap, he's going to back off from her, and he's going to not give her the time, or maybe not contact her as much, because that's how you know somebody is being fake and not being sincere, all right? People that come on strong and tell you all these things and love bomb you, all right, when they don't know you or don't know anything about you, they don't even know what you do for a living, they don't know certain other things about you, but all of a sudden they love you. I mean, come on, you guys. You got to be smarter than that. You've got to be smarter than that. And you have male coaches out there that are coaching the guys to give you guys this bullshit. Yes, there are. There's a lot of male coaches out there. There's a lot of male podcasters, or it could be female podcasters as well, or coaches that are telling the guys, just love bomb her, tell her everything she wants to hear. That's how you get to sleep with these women. This is how you lure them, make them think that they could trust you and everything like that. And that's how you get them to their place. The way you fight that is you take your time and move slowly. They hate that. They hate when you move slow, okay? When a guy is trying to play you or play game on you, he's going to want to move fast, or he's going to pretend, oh yeah, I like to move slow too. They're going to put on the act, but they can't keep it up, you guys. Trust me when I tell you, they can't keep it up, all right? And that's when you're going to know that you're dealing with a fake one, all right? So when I talk, getting back to the point, it was with self-empowerment. You have to empower yourself that when you see things that aren't right, and you see somebody is, saying one thing and doing another, telling you they're going to call you and then they don't, or telling you, going out with you on a date and then saying, yeah, maybe we could get together on Sunday, and then you don't hear from them, delete, block, all right? That's somebody that is not somebody that follows through, all right? I'm sure if they had to contact their boss or they were going to pick up their paycheck, you'd be sure they call their boss, right? But they're not calling you, all right? They're not stupid. They know what to do. You guys have to stop making excuses for these people, all right? You have to read between the lines. People, when somebody wants you, they will let you know. They will let you know. Ask any man that has fallen for a woman. They will move mountains. They will do whatever because they want that woman, all right? Sometimes you get caught up in this modern dating today and you think that, this type of behavior is normal, or that somebody really is all into you, even though, they were supposed to make a date with you and they never followed through and everything like that. No, that is somebody that is going to juggle you along with other options. Now, you could still see that person, but personally, I wouldn't take that person seriously. I wouldn't give that person my time, all right? Because if I can't rely on what you say, then I know that you're not, when times get tough, you're somebody who's not going to be around, or not somebody I could rely on. So why would I even bother with you, all right? I bother with people that are straight up, that are honest, that know what they want, that want to move forward in their life, that have the same goals and morals and values as I do, all right? And that their word means something, all right? Somebody's word means something. That's how you know, you guys. So you need to self-empower yourself. And the other aspect I want to bring up about this is that when you feel good about yourself, let's say you're taking care of yourself physically, maybe you're working out a little bit, maybe you're doing yoga, we're in quarantine, maybe you're doing stretching, maybe you're taking a walk every day, but you're trying to take care of yourself, and you're trying to look good. You should look good for you. You should try to make yourself happy for you. okay? That's who's important, you, because when you look good, you feel good, okay? And the whole point is when you feel good and you do the right thing and you work towards goals and you work on yourself. Let's say you work on your career. We're during a pandemic. It's hard to date. Center on yourself, center on your career. Try to excel, empower yourself in other areas when dating is very difficult right now. Put your time into productive things, not into people that waste your time, all right? Your time is valuable. I always say it, you guys. You cannot get that back in life. So put your time towards things that make sense and things that will benefit you, okay? It's about you. What's going to benefit about you? Because today or tomorrow, that zero that you're talking to that you can't rely on for a date, who's going to be there in 5 years? You're going to be there, but you don't know if that person's going to be there, all right? Or the work that you put into your career is going to be there, all right? In building yourself up. So this is what I mean when I talk about self-empowerment. And when you're self-empowered and you believe in yourself, you are not going to accept behaviors that are less than what you deserve. Believe me when I tell you that, all right? When you don't believe in yourself, when you are feeling, inadequate, that's when you settle for less than you should. So the first step is to build yourself up. The first step is to build yourself up, to educate yourself. If there's something you're confused about, you guys, do your research. Look it up. There's a million different educational videos on topics. Learn, know what you're talking about, understand people. It will only open your horizon and help you be able to understand who you're dealing with. All right? You're talking about your life here. You're talking about spending your life with somebody or having a long-time partner. So study that person. Know what you're dealing with. So many people jump into relationships and they go in blind. They don't even know who they're married to sometimes. And then down the road, they're like, I had no idea who I was married to. I had no idea this person was passive aggressive. I had no idea this person had these ties to his mother or had this family connection that every time we have a fight, he goes running back to his family. I had no idea this or I had no idea that. That's why you have to look at somebody's actions, study their patterns, all right? Look at them when they're angry, mad, sad. It's all going to give you clues as to what kind of person you are dealing with. But it really doesn't matter, what somebody else's reaction is to how you are. The only thing that matters is how you feel about it. Okay? You don't need other people to validate you. Like I could go to a family get together and I could have a disagreement with, let's say, a family member. And they could say, well, I don't like the fact that, you're very strong in your points or this or that. And I could look at them and I could say, you know what? I respect what you have to say. We can agree to disagree, but how I am and who I am, I'm happy with who I am. And if you don't like that, that's your problem, not my problem, okay? I am who I am, and I believe what I believe because I've done my due diligence. I've done my research. I know what I'm talking about on a particular topic. So if you don't want to agree with me, that's fine. That's your right to do that. But your validation is not needed for me because I have enough self-empowerment and self-belief that it doesn't really matter what you think of me. You see what I'm talking about? That's when you know that you have really come into your own, when you really believe yourself and that you have these standards and that you want better in your life. And you're not going to accept less because you know that if you accept less or you accept somebody who breaks boundaries or disrespects you, in the end, you are not going to be happy. Believe me when I tell you, you guys, all right? So be true to yourself and know yourself, what you will be happy with and what you won't. And if there's certain things that won't make you happy or whatever, then you have to find somebody that is on the same page as you, all right? And never doubt yourself, okay? But make sure you know what you're talking about, and make sure you've done your homework on topics, and you've empowered yourself in every which way. Physically, mentally, emotionally, okay? I hope that helps you. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and share. Have a great day, you guys. Hi, it's Yaz, and I just want to let you guys know that if you're having a problem in your dating or your relationship, go to my website, link in the bio, and I'm offering email or phone coaching, because everybody's problems are different, and sometimes you just want a confidential opinion on a situation you're in. You're confused, you don't know what to do, you love your partner and you're having problems, and you just need somebody to tell it to you straight as to what's going on, why it's going on, and offer you some ideas of how to solve the problem. So go to the website, link in the description, and check it out.